What's up, Burley Nation? Welcome back to another episode of my Better Than Adventure Let's Play. Today, we're gonna be heading east back to our main base. I got my inventory all set up, so everything I need is with me. Oh wait, I need this bed. What should I drop? I don't need torches. I can just make torches if I need them. Alright, so let's get on our way. Alright, so right now I'm a little sick, so sorry if my voice sounds weird for a little bit. Usually my voice sounds weird anyway, so it shouldn't matter too much. Today I want to talk about the Dream grooming accusations again, because like every drama Dream has gotten into over the years, it's very entertaining, even if it really shouldn't be. So I made a main channel video on Dream and the accusations earlier this year. I believe it was in May or something, before Dream ever really officially responded. Like, he did respond, but like not really. And I would recommend you watch that video first. It might be a bit hard to follow, just because of the way I presented some things. I'm not sure how many people were a fan of the fact that I had a Skygrid gameplay in the background of that video, because it was kind of disorienting. And it was supposed to be like a serious video. And personally, I thought it fit the mood of the video. It's a completely disorienting situation. You should probably go watch that video first, because I felt like I did a very good job explaining what all the facts of the situation were. I will summarize it right now though, to get you guys caught up. But pretty much all I was really trying to say with that video was that most likely than not, Dream was in contact with the girls that were accusing him of grooming them. Because there was like just a lot of evidence to support that. They had a lot of conversations, and Dream didn't even try to defend himself and say that he wasn't in contact with these girls. However, nothing the girls showed as evidence was like explicitly sexual. What I mean by that is just like you could see his dick or something. Like, if you're a Minecraft PvP fan, you probably know stories like Archibot or Avery, where these are two other well-known figures in the Minecraft community who were exposed for grooming people. And there, they had plenty of evidence that these people knew the age, that they sent like their dicks to him. I think in Archibot's case, they actually got Archibot to meet up with the girl, because it was like a catfish Chris Hansen type thing. And there, when they met up, then they like exposed them. With Dream, there's none of that, because they never met up in person. Nobody's claiming that, and the girls don't have any evidence that he actually sent sexual images. They have like a few things where Dream is calling them hot, and Dream also bought one of them a Amazon gift card, if I remember correctly. And that stuff is kind of questionable, but you can't definitively say he's into kids just because he does that things. You need more evidence. And if they're unable to provide any more evidence, you can't honestly say that Dream is guilty of what he's being accused of. Now, because it's Dream and it's because it's the internet, nobody really cares. And people are still gonna call him a groomer anyway. But as I'm sure you're all aware, in the recent week, Dream has actually responded to the allegations. He did a 40-minute long Twitch stream about this, where he went over everything. Well, I'll get to that. And then he also made a bunch of tweets on Twitter too. Now, I'm gonna be 100% real with you guys. I did not watch any of the stream, because in one of the first tweets I saw, Dream said he would be making a video with evidence supporting his side soon. And from what I understand, he didn't actually provide any evidence to support his case in the video. He was just like playing Minecraft parkour and ranting, which is kind of what I'm doing right now. But I'm not the one being accused of sexing two 17-year-olds. I am just going to wait for Dream to hopefully post this video with all the evidence proving he's innocent before I make like a full response to it. Or like before I don't know, before I change my mind on anything. But I feel like I can kind of get the gist of what he's saying from the tweets and a few clips I've seen on Twitter. Granted, those clips are probably out of context, but I mean, that's just kind of everything on Twitter. Oh, I left the cactus. I knew I was leaving something. Wait, did I? Did leave the cactus. Okay. I don't need... If I have cherry saplings, I only need 2 stacks of cherry leaves. So from my understanding, in the 40-minute long Twitch stream Dream did, he only addressed the accusations made by Amanda, which is one of the 2.5 girls who came out against him. I'll explain what I mean by that in a second. I don't think he mentioned Anastasia at all, based on what I saw on Twitter. Maybe he did, and I just, didn't see that part because I didn't watch the full stream. hopefully he'll just both the accusations whenever he makes his full video. But a lot of Dream's responses boil down to, yes, was technically messaging this girl because she DM'd me on Instagram, but she edited a lot of her conversation out, and it never became sexual at all. It just always stayed just like a normal creator talking to one of their fans. There are some like things here and there I can nitpick Dream for. Like he said at one point, I tried to block her like a few times, but I guess Instagram kept letting her back in. And to me, I was just like, well, you didn't block her then. You did. You wanted to keep talking to her. But I mean, I don't have anything to actually show that. I just thought that was a funny thing for Dream to say. Now, if Dream does have evidence to back this claim up, then yeah, he's right. He never showed any evidence of Dream actually making sexual advances towards her, trying to get her to meet up in person or send in her explicit images, anything like that. Except, there is a single piece of evidence, and I talked about this in my first video, that if this is true, it calls into question everything Dream has said. Because according to Keemstar, Dream told Keemstar directly that Dream had actually sent explicit images to Amanda while she was 17, and Dream would have been 22.
At the point where allegedly Dream asked for nudes, she was going to be 18 30 days later, correct?
Yes.
Well, Dream says it was 5 days before her 18th birthday.
Keemstar follows this up by saying, oh, well, she was turning 18 in 5 days, so you have a 17 and 360-day-year-old sexting a 22-year-old. I'm heading the wrong direction. I should be going this way. Wait, no. Be going this way. As far as I'm aware, Dream has never addressed this clip. I don't think he addressed it in the stream, because if he did, then everybody would be shitting on him for it. But, like, I don't think Keemstar has any reason to lie about this. He might have just misinterpreted what Dream said, but Dream is claiming that he never knew Amanda, and he was just some fan in his DMs. While Keemstar is claiming that Dream did know Amanda and was in a relationship with her. And Keemstar is saying that the person who told him this was Dream himself. So if Dream does make a full response to the accusations, he should definitely address that, because that's like, to me, the smoking gun, like the biggest piece of evidence against Dream that nobody really talks about, because Keemstar's not that respected of a figure. Now, another thing I think it's important to keep in mind is that, like I hinted before, there's actually 2.5 girls who came out against Dream. It wasn't just Amanda, who seems to be the main person Dream focuses on. So the second girl was a girl named Anastasia, who actually came out first, and she had been saying Dream had messaged her for like years. If you watch my first video, you can show that she's been saying this for a long time. She came into contact with Dream when Dream was a little younger. I think it was like 17 and 20, maybe 17 and 21 was like the age difference. In Dream's original tweet longer he made, he did address Anastasia, but just said, oh, she was 18. Which, if you read the DMs, that's not true. There is some plausible deniability, because Anastasia does tell Dream that she's 17. But the message right above Anastasia saying she's 17 is that Dream asked her how old she is, but then she says, oh, you're 18, which to me implies that she had the age 18 in her Twitter bio, which means Anastasia did kind of lie to her age to Dream, if that's true. But like I said before a few times already, since I don't think Dream ever acknowledges accusation, I don't know what to... We still have no clue about the veracity of this or not. The validity of it, not the veracity. I don't know what that word is. And then the half girl who came out was just another girl who claimed to have been a fan of Dream that entered into a relationship with him. Only this girl was the same age as Dream, so she was like, made it very clear she was not accusing him of grooming. Nobody who saw accusations thought Dream groomed this girl, because they were the same age. The reason I brought it up and still bring it up is because it just adds more credibility to the idea that Dream was entering into relationships with his fans that he probably shouldn't have been entering into. However, now I actually want to do something unexpected and defend Dream a little bit, because, as I said previously, none of these girls actually have any proof that Dream like sent them his dick. One girl said Dream sent her a box full of sex toys, but the image has never been released of that, I'm pretty sure. Like, there's no way around it. I feel like if this situation went to court, like originally Amanda wanted to, then Dream would have been found innocent with the information we all have, because he, like, what's there to prosecute Dream on? That he just messaged a girl on his DMs? So many people online are saying the accusations have been confirmed when that's not true. That's just false. They could be true. Dream kind of has a habit of making things harder on himself whenever he responds to drama. I would not be surprised if there are some glaring holes in Dream's eventual response video that people notice and then use to finally definitively say that he is a groomer. I just mentioned a few things that if Dream doesn't address make him look very suspicious, because they're like the hardest pieces of evidence against Dream. Another thing I want to briefly mention and to talk about a bit is that... Ooh, pumpkins. Another thing I want to briefly talk about for a bit is that a lot of people, like usually what happens whenever Dream gets into drama, Dream starts replying to like random people on Twitter making fun of him. There's this LWD guy who's kind of just made a following on Twitter off of Duncan on Dream, and they got into a beef. And a lot of people are like, oh, Dream's such a bad person for always weaponizing his fan base and using his following to attack other people who are calling him out on his misdeeds. And in the past, I've agreed with this. You know, when Josh said that he didn't want to be associated with stan communities anymore, and Dream responded, "You are an idiot." That was very clearly Dream trying to weaponize his fans to attack the dissenter in his community, or in like an adjacent community, because Josh wasn't even really in the community, and promote this idea of stan behavior to his fans. But here, like, -LW is just straight up calling Dream a pedophile. Like, he should be allowed to defend himself. Isn't somebody criticizing Dream for having bad merch, or criticizing Dream for cheating in a speedrun, or even just like making fun of him for being fat? This is like an actual attack on his character that could be career ending if true. I do get where these people are coming from, because like I said, Dream has done this in the past, but like, the alternative is Dream just ignoring the accusations, which makes him look even more guilty. If he is innocent, then he definitely should respond. Not necessarily right away, which, I mean, it's been a year, so Dream doesn't have to worry about that. But Dream should respond to the accusations to try to clear his name. And if he is guilty, I feel like he should Is this another dungeon? Oh, wow. Okay, we set up shop here. If this is another dungeon, and this one is close to my base. Okay, I'm gonna make a house real quick. Change of plans, we're stopping here before we head back home. But as I was saying, if Dream really is guilty, then what he should do is just like leave the internet and deactivate everything, right? Like, he shouldn't just pretend nothing happened and carry on with his life. Dream would get so much more hate if he said nothing and continued to just do whatever than if he actually responded and was able to successfully either disprove the accusations or just left the community entirely because he's guilty. Like, if Dream responded to the big video I made of him back in May, I would be a little scared too, because that's like one of the biggest YouTubers responding to your video where you kind of imply that he might be a pedophile. But like, I'd also appreciate he's actually acknowledging the accusations and trying to defend himself, and not just ignoring them hoping they go away. I think Midas is kind of a pussy for locking his account temporarily on private for like 24 hours because Dream made a mean tweet about him. That happened because he called him out first and was like, "Aren't you a pedophile?" Oh, I forgot to write this down in my notes, but there was also that TikTok Dream made that was just completely like tone deaf. That was like what made a lot of people fully believe the accusations, because he made that TikTok which was like, "I like minors," as like a joke, but people didn't find it very funny because he might actually. Oh, cows don't drop food in this version, I keep forgetting. Oh, goodness. Alright, the last thing I want to talk about today is that Dream has also accused these people of shifting the goalposts, because in his mind he thinks he's declared his innocence because he's working on declaring his innocence, which was whatever. Because there have been some people saying even if Dream didn't actually groom these girls, then he should have even been talking to them in the first place. Dream kind of implies that this is happening now that he's disproved the allegations, as I just said, but this is not really true because Dream hasn't disproved them yet. He still needs to release the actual evidence in his favor. But let's like assume for a second that he was, because I dug into Dream for this exact reason months ago in my original video. I said regardless of how sexual their conversations even were, it does not take a rocket scientist to realize what Dream was doing was incredibly stupid. as he was putting himself in a position where he could be vulnerable to these accusations. However, I think this video proved that Dream was at least in contact with these girls, acted irresponsibly with his platform by giving them his private social media, and put himself in a situation where he is easily open to grooming allegations. In this video, I have listed a handful of other Minecraft YouTubers who were exposed for grooming their fans. Most of these YouTubers did so by first befriending their victims on Twitter or another social media, and then switching their conversations over to Snapchat once they turned sexual. You cannot claim that it is nonsensical for people to still be suspicious of you when you have acted in the same way as countless other groomers have. Before I even talk about what Dream has done in his career, just in general, Minecraft YouTubers have a reputation for being weirdos. The Call Me Carson thing happened right in the middle when Dream was big, where Call Me Carson was caught talking to his fans inappropriately. The fact that Dream probably saw that situation firsthand and then continued to message his fans thinking that it was fine and that nothing bad would happen is like insane. Like, Dream cannot claim ignorance that these people were pulling shit out of thin air when like so many Minecraft YouTubers have been exposed for doing the exact same things Dream is now being accused of. Jinbop, line maker, Jakishi, who was somebody in Dream's community that he invites to the Dream SMP. Ori Loves Tea, I think was another one. Ori Likes Tea. But on top of that, for years, and I've talked about this in previous videos, like a lot of my old ones I made about Dream, but Dream made a big point in his community to say that he was perfectly fine with his fans sexualizing him, writing lewd fanfictions about him and his friends as long as they were over age, encouraging his fans to draw sexual fan art of him. There's a clip I keep on using over and over again of Dream in 2020 where he says this stuff is funny, and I'll play it again here.
We have sat there reading like fanfics that are like the most lewd, disgusting stuff, laughing. So trust me, we do not care. We do not care in any way. Whoever wants to say anything about us, we don't care. So we just want to address that because people get upset about that. And I've seen so many people getting canceled over that. And it's like, come on, guys. Like, really? We don't care. None of us care. Don't be upset on our behalf because we don't care about it.
And then you obviously have all like the thirst trap stuff Dream posts online. I'm sure you know what I'm talking about. But he very obviously encourages his fans to think of him sexually. Like, it is absurd that Dream did not see the consequences of this years-long behavior. Because I was seeing it years in advance. I was like, you know, Dream, if you tell all your fans to keep on calling you hot all the time, eventually some of them are going to try to want to actually enter in a relationship with you. Either you are actively going to be grooming them, or they could be in your DMs trying to kind of bait you into a relationship, intentional or not. Because, I mean, the Dream SMP stan community was filled with minors. I don't think that should be a surprise to anyone, certainly not Dream. I think it's fair to say Dream should have absolutely known better when messaging these fans, even if nothing ever actually happened. Just because it was so obvious that something could happen, and Dream is just being completely reckless. I feel like I'm starting to talk myself in the circles here. I think I've said anything I wanted to say. Now that my food is finished smelting, I'm going to end it here. Next time we're going to take on this dungeon right here, see if it actually leads anywhere. Hopefully it's not just completely flooded with water. Before I end this video, my next video on this channel might end up being cancelled or postponed a week, because I'm currently finishing up my main channel video. I'm trying to get that out on Thanksgiving, but if I need more time, I'm gonna have to spend the time I usually work on this channel to work on that main video just to finish it. So see you guys in 1 or 2 weeks. Thank you for watching.